Guys, I did a mock draft, or like I was making it, and it was already for the first 5 picks. I was 7 minutes deep. I felt like that was already way too long. You guys were gonna lose interest in that. So down below, I have the link for the draft order I use. So we're just gonna hop right into this, and I'll say the team name and as we go. So the Houston Rockets will have the first pick in this pre-draft lottery. This is my last pre-lottery NBA draft mock draft because I don't really like doing these, but you guys requested this, so we're doing it. Like and subscribe. Let me hear your thoughts. Who's your NBA team? Who do you want them to draft, and who do you think is going to be their pick? Let's go. So with the first pick, the Houston Rockets will take Jabari Smith in my mock draft. I just think he's the perfect fit right there. He's the best player. His floor is Rashard Lewis, and his ceiling is to be, a thicker, grittier, I guess you could say poor man's Kevin Durant, which is an all-NBA player still in my opinion. And then with the second pick, I have the Orlando Magic taking Paolo Banchero. Chet Holmgren gives them too much PTSD of Mo Bamba. So at 3, Detroit takes, Chet Holmgren because they envision Chet Holmgren, Marvin Bagley III, Sadiq Bey, Kellyan Hayes, and Cade Cunningham potentially being this insanely lengthy lineup. Then the Thunder with number 4 takes Shadon Sharpe. I think that would be perfect for them. At number 5, Jaden Ivey goes and stays in town and goes to the Indiana Pacers. Okay, at 6, this is where it gets interesting. At 6, okay, will Shadon Sharpe or Keegan Murray go to the Portland Trailblazers? And that's when I look at this, and I think a guy like Keegan Murray would be perfect, because if they take Keegan Murray, he gives them two things. If Damian Lillard stays, they have a guy who's NBA ready, who can actually make a good impact for this team day one. Okay, day one impact Keegan Murray can give Damian Lillard if he stays. If he leaves, him and Anthony Simons can be the two cornerstones. So now that we have that cleared up, I got myself confused. Keegan Murray going to the Portland Trailblazers, and then you have yourselves at 7, the Sacramento Kings taking themselves Dyson Daniels, AJ Griffin to the Pelicans. Spurs take Jalen Duren, okay, which leaves, I think, would be perfect. I think you could see a guy like Johnny Davis going to the Washington Wizards, okay? So that leaves with the first 10 picks going basically, first pick, Jabari Smith, second pick, Paolo Banchero to the Magic, first pick Rockets, third pick being the Pistons, Chet Holmgren, fourth pick being the Oklahoma City Thunder with Shadon Sharpe, fifth pick Indiana Pacers taking Jaden Ivey, sixth pick being, I believe, the Portland Trailblazers taking Keegan Murray, seventh pick, Dyson Daniels to the Sacramento Kings. Pelicans take AJ Griffin at 8. At 9, the Spurs take Jalen Duren. And at 10, the Wizards take themselves Johnny Davis to close out, the first 10 picks. And the reason I say that is I don't know if the Spurs want to take a big man that late. I think they'd rather have a big man they know who can play right now with Jakob Poeltl. Now at 11, I think it starts to get very interesting because the New York Knicks are at the clock, and I see them taking Ochai Agbaji. So, because Tom Thibodeau. And then at 12, it's Oklahoma City Thunder again. And I see them taking themselves a guy. And, with them taking at the earlier a Shadon Sharpe, I see them going with a more of a, I think they're going to go Jeremy Sohan out of Baylor. Okay? And then at 13, it's the Charlotte Hornets, and they could lose another wing, so I see them going Benedict Mathurin. So to start out 11, it is, the Knicks with Ochai Agbaji. 12, Jeremy Sohan going to the Thunder. At 13, it is the Charlotte Hornets taking Benedict Mathurin. The Cleveland Cavaliers at 14 will take a guy, I think, Kendall Brown could be perfect for them, but Ty Washington will go there. They need another guard. Ty can step in and help them immediately. At 15, it's the Charlotte Hornets again, and they'll be taking, in my opinion, Kendall Brown. They need some forward help, and he's a good one. Then at 16, it's the Atlanta Hawks, and this was a team that I think if they had a guy like Tari Eason, I think he could have helped them. And I think Tari Eason could be a very similar player to Jeremy Grant. So the Hawks take Tari Eason at 16. 17, the Houston Rockets are back on the clock. And, I think at this point we could see Malachi Branham from Ohio State go there. So I have him going there. So to start it off, Ochai Agbaji going to the Knicks. 12, we have the Thunder taking Jeremy Sohan. 13, we have the Hornets taking Benedict Mathurin. 14, we have Kendall Brown going to the Cavs. At 15, we had the Charlotte Hornets taking themselves, who was it? Actually, we had the Cavs. My apology. We had the Cavs taking Ty Washington, and we had Kendall Brown going to the Hornets. My apology for confusing you guys there. And then at 17, we had the Houston Rockets going, Malachi Branham, right? Because 16, we had the Atlanta Hawks take Tari Eason after the Hornets took Kendall Brown. And then at 17, Malachi Branham. The 18, the Bulls. Damn, I think, Marjon Beauchamp would help them there. But honestly, I think they need another big man, and they go Mark Williams, okay? The Bulls at 18. Then the Minnesota Timberwolves at 19. I think they would benefit from Walker Kessler. They need a backup big man. Naz Reid was cool, but Walker Kessler gives them a guy who can actually space the floor. And then now at 20, the Spurs are back on the clock with, Ochai going to the Knicks, Sohan to the Thunder, Benedict Mathurin going to the Hornets, Cavs get Ty Washington, then the Hornets get Kendall Brown, Hawks get themselves Tari Eason, the Rockets go and get themselves, who was it? Another big man, and they go Mark Williams, okay? The Bulls at 18. Then the Minnesota Timberwolves at 19. I think they would benefit from Walker Kessler. They need a backup big man. Naz Reid was cool, but Walker Kessler gives them a guy who can actually space the floor. And then now at 20, the Spurs are back on the clock with, Ochai going to the Knicks, Sohan to the Thunder, Benedict Mathurin going to the Hornets, Cavs get Ty Washington, then the Hornets get Kendall Brown, Hawks get themselves Tari Eason, the Rockets go and get themselves, who was it? Marjon Beauchamp, right? We said? Or was it? Yeah, I think we said Marjon Beauchamp. And then we had at 18, the Chicago Bulls going Mark Williams. And then at 19, Walker Kessler. Because, look, the Bulls need a backup big man. Would have helped them big time. Okay? And then the Spurs being back on the clock, I could see them going Jaden Hardy or Bryce McGowens. And I think they like the size. Okay? And there's also Patrick Baldwin, who could really be a good forward for them. And that's where I look at it. Is it Bryce McGowens, Patrick Baldwin, or Jaden Hardy? And this is a team that, they have another pick. So I think right here they go for the best player available. I think they go Jaden Hardy. So Jaden Hardy goes to the Spurs at 20. Then at 21, it's the Denver Nuggets. And I see the Denver Nuggets themselves going for E.J. Lendell out of Ohio State, Paul Millsap. Okay, he's next, Paul Millsap. Then at 23, or at 22, my apology, it's the Memphis Grizzlies. And the Memphis Grizzlies, I believe they go for a guy in Bryce McGowens. He fits them, 6'7" with a 6'9" wingspan. Now, with the 23rd pick, the Brooklyn Nets have this pick, and I think they go for an NBA-ready player. And that would be, it's going to be interesting because who do they go at this point that could be NBA ready in their minds? And I think it's definitely interesting because there's a lot of players, okay? And Justin Lewis is the oldest, or Christian Brown, but I don't think they go for a Christian Brown. Or maybe they do. I just think Christian Brown at this point would kind of be a reach. And there's Patrick Baldwin still on the board. There's still Justin Lewis, Nikola Jovic. I say Nikola Jovic. They go for Nikola Jovic. Imagine how good he would be. Nikola Jovic to the 23 to the Brooklyn Nets. At 24, the Bucks are on the clock. And this is a team that I think they need a guard. So they're going to go and look at around and realize Trevor Keels is perfect for them. So Bucks at 24 take Keels. So at 20, we had the Spurs taking themselves the best player available, and we said Jaden Hardy out of the G League. At 21, we had the Denver Nuggets take themselves. I know Nikola Jovic would be nice for them, but the Nuggets take E.J. Lendell. And then at 23, the Grizzlies took Bryce McGowan. 24, the Nets took themselves Nikola Jovic. At 25, we have the San Antonio Spurs being back on the clock, and they take themselves Patrick Baldwin. Now at 26, the Dallas Mavericks are out there, and I could see them taking themselves Justin Lewis out of Marquette. And at 28, the Golden State Warriors. This is a team that I could really see themselves, I think they would rather go for a guy with potential and size And I know it's very interesting thing, but I could see him going for a guy like Ousmane Dang or Harrison Ingram. So I'm going to say Ousmane Dang out of the New Zealand Breakers going to the Golden State Warriors at 28. And, oh, my apology, at 27, the Miami Heat. So before that, 27, I see the Miami Heat taking a guy like Harrison Ingram, honestly. Actually, I take that back. They take Kennedy Chandler out of Tennessee. They need another guard. So at 27, Dallas at 26 takes themselves, okay? Justin Lewis at 27, the Heat take my man Kennedy Chandler. At 28, we go with my man Ousmane Dang out of New Zealand. And the Grizzlies at 29 take Harrison Ingram. And at 30, the Oklahoma City Thunder take themselves. Who do they take? Still on the board that you could argue is Christian Brown, Ryan Rollins, Keon Ellis. Ooh, they could go for a big man in Ismail Kamage, but I expect them to go for somebody you wouldn't expect or an older guy, and I say Keon Ellis. Keon Ellis because of the Herb Jones. So Keon Ellis is the last pick. So if we run this back, Keon Ellis, the 30th pick of the draft to the Thunder. Grizzlies take themselves Harrison Ingram. Warriors take themselves Ousmane Dang. Heat take themselves Kennedy Chandler at 27. Dallas Mavericks take, Justin Lewis out of Marquette. Spurs take themselves Patrick Baldwin at 25. Bucks at 24 take themselves, who was it? Look, Trevor Keels. And then at 23, the Nets take themselves Nikola Jovic. 22, the Grizzlies have taken themselves, what did we say? Damn, I don't even remember what we said for the Grizzlies at that point at 22. That one was hard. I think at 22 we had Bryce McGowan. Yeah, Bryce McGowan. And then at 21 we had the Denver Nuggets going with, damn, my memory is so shot, EJ Lindell. And then at 20 we had the San Antonio Spurs going Jaden Hardy. So let me hear your thoughts down below.